SD on monitoring a card's fun factor. Some people complain in the Discord channel about Leech. About Leech being a card that is not fun to face. And let's be honest, it isn't fun to face a fucking Leech. You have your cards, you wanna do your combo and deploy your stuff on the last turn, and they leash you and it feels like shit. But before this wasn't much of a problem because Leech is a kinda weak card. They kinda waste their 5th turn playing Leech. Wasn't a big deal, right? Well, but now these Logio Thanos players are playing Leech there, and then they leash you on the 3rd turn, and it isn't fun, is it? It is fucking bullshit. So Glenn is the league designer in terms of cards in the game. And somebody asking about the fun factor in cards because Leech isn't fun. So this is what he says. Yes, we measure fun. It's more important cards be fun than balance. I completely agree with this statement. I know that is going to come out a uber nerd and say, no, balance is the more important thing in the game and blah, 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 because the ranked and the tournaments and the whatever. Fuck that shit. What is more important is the game is fun. Of course, a balanced game can make it fun, and a thing that is ultra imbalanced might not be fun. But if you keep the balance in check, what is more important is the fun factor. That is why we play a game, because we want to have fun. Because if you want everything to be perfectly balanced, you know what you do. Every card is the same card and you play 12 cards that are the same, and the other dude has the same 12 fucking cards. But that isn't fun, is it? Nobody wants to play that shit. But it is balanced, brother, because everything is the fucking same. Fuck that. I want to have fun in this shit. So sorry for the tangent. They say, among my duties as a game designer is to forecast the player experience and interpret their feedback, as well as how the data corresponds to that feedback. On Leech specifically, this is what we want to see. Most card games, ours included, manage keeping many different cards fun and strong by ensuring there's meaningful counterplay against all of them. This is completely true, my dude. Designers often call cards serving this role release valves, in that they remove the pressure created by strong cards. Leech is exactly such a card. His role is to offer players a clean answer to decks trying to pack all their power in at the last minute, such as Silver Surfer and Deadweight decks. This isn't because we don't want those powerful decks to exist, but it's because we want to ensure a variety of powerful decks can exist. I agree with this philosophy, of course. It is easier said than done. I understand that it is easier said than done. But they have to try to do it, you know. They have to try to do it. That is the stuff. I like Leech. I think he's needed in the game. Some cards are needed to keep others in check. Exactly, brother. There is a new blog post, but it's only an announcement for the new season. Nothing about matchmaking. So we don't care about that shit, right? But let's reach out to see if but it isn't in here. It might be somewhere else. I feel like Leech was the reason why Leader was broken before, because Leech takes away the abilities so opponents can play combos on the final turn to get more power, even if they play Leader, because now they are just power play. Brother, the Leader was... I understand what you are saying, and you are right in a way, but the Leader was bullshit just by himself, because I played a lot of Dead Wave in that season, and I included my Leader in there with no Leech, and the Leader was bullshit. Yes, there has to be a good ratio between fun and balance. I think Leech is needed and shouldn't be touched. You think they would improve the rewards before just boosting everyone to infinite? Well, they aren't boosting us per se. They are giving us a little push, you know. But I believe they won't touch the rewards this season. You will find that the rewards are the same rewards for last season. I bet $1,000,000, brother. Release valves, especially ones that restrict players, become most problematic when dominant decks include them as wide-ranging protection. That is the stuff that happened with the Leader. I believe he was a release valve for Point Slam. The problem is when the card is so good that you don't use it as a release valve, but you just slam it in every deck because he's just too fucking good. And it is kind of happening with the Leech, but with Thanos. But outside of Thanos, the Leech isn't that prevalent, right? Unless I am some fucking idiot and I can't remember. Well, he's using the Galactus too, in the Galactus deck. But yes, the leader was fucking worse. The leader was the worst thing that ever happened to this game, brother. But I believe in this game, tech cards are a problem in that same sense, brother. Because tech cards are just the best cards in the game and are the thing that you play the most. And it isn't like that in other games, brother. Because at this point, they are just not tech cards. They are just the good cards. And you play them in almost every strategy because they are fucking good. And you know what I am talking about. I am talking about the Cosmo, the Killmonger, the Shang-Chi, the Armor. These cards are just too fucking good, brother. Release valves, especially ones that restrict players, become most problematic with dominant decks, including as wide-ranging protection. We don't want Leech or other valves to be our most played cards for their cost. Exactly what I am saying. But it's important for them to exist and be good at their jobs, which is a careful balance to manage. Exactly. So this isn't good to accomplish, brother. As I said earlier, it is easier said than done. This isn't an easy balance to accomplish. But I would like them to remember that fun is first and balance is second. But sometimes the balance interferes with the fun, and that was happened with the leader, brother, because the leader was too strong, and that is a balance problem. But that affected the fun because it wasn't fun losing to the fucking leader. Even winning with the leader was stupid. So it isn't an easy balance to keep up. But I wanted to focus on fun first and balance second. But when balance gets in the way of fun, then you have to intervene. You have to intervene right away because we want to have fun. All tech cards need to have less power so that we only play them for the ability and not the power. 100% on the money. And with less power, it makes them less viable and less people would run them. Exactly that. Exactly that.